to, and that's home is left.
All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the second event at the NRPL here in Severn, Maryland. I am Dylan Hopkins, and I'm with my boy Kenny Frank. Kenny, how's it going?
Everything is well, my friend. Healthy.
Good. Healthy. I hope everyone out there listening is healthy as well through these rough times. Like I said, we are in beautiful, hot as hell Severn, Maryland right now for the second event at the NRPL. In our first game on the left, we got OG Chokehold that won the last one last year. They are going to be on the left. They're going to be facing 302 Destroyers on the right.
Yep.
This layout was made by legend Tim Montressor. I think it's a great layout. Kenny, what do you think about this layout?
Got it. Just remember round 2 we flipped that time.
Yep. This layout, we've played it a few times. It's definitely a unique layout. It can be aggressive, it can be slow. It depends how you play it. But yeah, it's definitely in memory, and it's cool that a lot of fields across the country are using the layout because we lost a legend this year,
right?
In paintball, Tim Montressor.
Absolutely,
a guy that anybody that knows him can attest was an amazing person. So
an amazing person, definitely a legend to the game.
Yeah.
Our condolences to his family, and he will be greatly missed in the paintball community.
But he lives on, and he's doing it right now, right?
Absolutely.
Playing on his, this is a field that he designed himself, where all these bunkers are placed. It's not random. There's a reason they are where they are.
Right.
And it's because of the way he set the field up. So,
I personally think this is a great layout. You can win on either side or up the middle.
Yep.
You know, there's not a definite strong side how there was on the last layout we had here.
It'll be interesting to see how the teams play it. Last tournament, we saw the Dorito side was pretty much the dominant side.
Right.
So let's see how these teams adjust throughout the day, and hopefully they give us some good action to watch and enjoy.
So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of action up the middle, people trading out in these 50 bricks here. Our head ref on this field today is pro paintball player on Baltimore Revo, Stephen O'Mara.
A.K.A. Promera.
Promera.
A.K.A. the judge.
Yeah, jury.
The sheriff, the jury, the whole shebang.
The judge, jury, and executioner, Stephen O'Mara.
He is the law.
A.K.A. Sheriff Steve. Best believe you will see penalties flying. You'll see flags all over this damn place with Stephen O'Mara out here.
We got a tight ship being ran. That's
20 seconds.
And shout out to all the refs.
I remember the first game of the last tournament was a major.
Yes, it was.
So
yes, it was.
Unreal.
Steven shouldn't waste any time. There is no cheating tolerated at the NRPL.
Like we said, OG Chokehold on the left, 302 Destroyers on the right. Here we go with this first point.
Game on.
OG Chokehold up to the center, brick on the break, looking snake side.
302 Destroyers got into that right 40 Dorito. That's a good move.
And then they fill out to the Dorito corner as well.
Chokehold fills the snake. This player on 302 Destroyers in this center little box is going to have to get out of there quickly.
Still a 5-on-5 game right now.
You can see the center player on 302 putting pressure on this snake guy, trying to stay alive.
OG Chokehold now leaving the snake can to get out to the snake corner. A great fill to support his snake player.
Paintball 101. Guy in the snake gets in the corner, give him support.
Absolutely. And there you see the OG Snow Cold guy now able to get up to the snake 3. He's going to look inside.
And while at the same time, Chokehold shoots out 302 trying to get to the snake. 302 gets wide on the snake side. 302's down bodies, but they're still making moves. You gotta respect it. Oh.
Now they get up to the center brick.
Wow, with a smooth slide into the center. If he would just look in front of him, he would destroy this Chokehold player in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he would.
Rio 2 really needs to get a kill here to swing this tide and get back into this game.
Oh, and now 302 trying to make a desperation run.
302's now on their side, and the Chokehold player picks him up. We still have a 302 player in the center brick trying to hold it down.
So it looks like this first game is going to go to OG Chokehold.
Yep, with a convincing win. But you got to give it to 302 Destroyers for being down and still at least trying to attack.
Right.
Because as we've seen, when there's chaos, anything can happen.
So that is one thing that we'll definitely see on this layout.
Point approved.
Is you will see the center player that goes up to that center brick. He will go back and forth from the brick to the wedge.
Correct.
You know, teams might think they're in this center brick, but because of the snake beam, he could crawl or just run across to this center wedge as well.
That's right. You can definitely get a little shifty up in the middle.
Right.
On the field, Bam Savages, your home to my left. Veteran Militia, your way to my right. Roughnecks, your home. Hood,
So
your
next
way.
up,
In the
we
hood,
got
Nasty
Bam
Templar,
Savages on the left.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Going up against Veteran Militia on the right.
Anybody that tuned in with us last tournament had the pleasure to observe Bamp Savages. My oh my, can they be entertaining.
These guys are unreal.
And we got our green mask killer over there. Still
Yep.
glad to see he's back. He did some great moves last time.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some crazy moves from these guys, especially on this field, and I'm excited.
Veteran Militia better be locked and loaded and ready to roll. The Savages do not play games.
Might be some coaching on the sidelines again, you never know.
Controversial call last time.
Savages lose a Dorito player on the break.
But they did fill both corners. Counter move to the center for the Savages. Oh, and Savages drops the green mask killer. Down 2 bodies.
Chewy on Veteran Militia now making a huge move up to Savage's center brick.
And look at that. Neither of those players up. The center. Yep, there you go.
And makes
That's
a
what
great
happens.
shot on the center player on Savages.
That's what happens. But then drops his body. We've seen this Savages player make some crazy moves, and he just went from the back center to the 30 can, ladies and gentlemen. But that's in his normal roundhouse. Oh, but he does get eliminated.
It was a great move, though.
He went the whole way.
Gunning.
Gotta love it. He's probably the tallest player in this tournament, so.
I see Savages have a snake corner player. That might be it for them.
Yeah.
And Veteran Militia is going to walk away with this first win, it's looking like. They played it very cool, calm, collective.
Yes, they did. That's one thing you can do against a crazy team like Savage is you can either meet them with craziness or
Right.
sit back and let them make the mistakes. And that time they burned 2 Bam Savages off the break. So it's never going to be easy when you're down 2 bodies in the first 10 seconds.
I didn't think about it personally. I said, but
That's a good point by Veteran Militia.
Yeah, they had Chewy in the center. Chewy's one of the local favorites here at NR Paintball. Good
Yeah,
to
he's
see
been
him
playing
out
here
there.
for many years.
Yep.
1 minute.
Now here comes a team Roughnecks going to the home side that we watched last
on the field,
tournament.
we have Roughnecks home to my left. Hood away. Nasty Templars, your home. Mayhem, you're away. And in the whole RBZ against FPK.
We watched Roughnecks last tournament. They got good young talent, and they also will bring the heat.
Yeah. One thing about this layout is you can see the other team across the field. So you can see where they put that third body. So you might see them stack 3 on the Dorito side or 3 on the snake side.
20 seconds.
And what he means by that is sometimes on a layout, the way the bunkers are set up, you can't see the other team as you're at the start box.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
And on this layout, like he said, you're literally looking at each other before the game starts.
Game on.
Both teams go snake off break.
Hood loses the snake player. We're gonna run out to the snake corner now. He makes it. Great fill.
Great fill. Roughnecks counter. So now we got snake one, corner, corner.
And now Hood does lose their snake corner player.
At the same time, Roughnecks drops the center player. Good counter punching going on right here. Oh, and Roughnecks make a big move. Looks like he caught one. Yep.
I believe we have a 3-on-3 game right now, Kenny.
That's that Hood player that got the snake two and instantly looked inside. That's a good heads-up play, picking up that Roughneck move. We got a down-the-wire snake battle right now, guys.
This Hood player, even though he's by himself on this side, he's still pushing.
Oh,
And he's going to get taken out.
first game of the day, a little sloppy, foot hanging out. Roughnecks just made a great move to spread the field all the way to the Dorito corner.
And I believe right now we have a 2-on-2 game.
And now it's a 2-on-1.
That was a great shot by the snake player on Roughnecks.
You can hear Roughnecks talking to each other. That's what the critical part in paintball. Communication. If the Hood player wants any chance, he's going to have to shoot one of these guys and get it down to a 1-on-1.
I'm surprised the snake player on Roughnecks hasn't moved up yet. And now we have a 1-on-1 just like that.
Just like that.
Snake player for Roughnecks now coming up to the snake 3. The Hood player in this Dorito brick.
You can see the Hood player trying to figure out, am I in a 1-on-1 right now? He's starting to realize it. Roughnecks player is going to look back on this and said, man, I should have went and won the game 30 seconds ago. It was a 2-on-1.
This would be a huge win for Hood, first game of the day if he pulls off this 2-on-1.
Roughnecks player on his feet, Hood player on his knees. Got to give the advantage to Roughnecks.
I don't believe this Hood player thinks he's in a 1-on-1 right
Yeah,
now.
he's still
looking
figure it
around.
out. Eventually, you just got to say, I believe it's a 1-on-1 and stop looking. Oh, we got a tight one, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and he makes it.
Wow! And the Hood player does win the 2-on-1.
What?
Look at him strutting down the
great
field, knowing what he just
play
did.
from the Hood player on the Dorito side of the field, number 52. We are going to get his name.
Richard Sobis.
Richard Sobis. Puts the team on his back in a 2-on-1.
They actually picked him up just for this event because they only had 4 guys.
And we just got inside information from the owner. This guy was a pickup last minute. Boy, oh boy, are they happy they made that pickup.
Absolutely. A free agent coming in hot in the first game of the day pulls off a 2-on-1.
Not to mention on his knees. And when we
Yeah.
say that, it's because when you're on your knees low like that, your vision is cut off, your mobility's cut off. You pretty much just got you and your gun. And he made it work. Yeah, the Roughnecks player in the snake, you know, he had a great game, but he really could have just put down the hammer and went and won the game earlier.
On my left, Mayhem, you're away.
When you
RBZ, you're home.
switch back
FPK,
to
you're
Up next, on the left, we're going to have Nasty Templars, and on the right, we're going to have Team Mayhem.
We saw Templars with some good matches last tournament too. So let's see if they can keep that going.
Mayhem with the all-black jerseys. I don't know about that in this heat, man. It's probably not the smartest move, but
It does look cool though.
10 seconds.
That makes jersey coordination very simple. Just wear all black.
Game on.
oh, and Templars get a delayed start.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we had a delayed start, and now they're trying to figure out a little bit of chaos. and the refs do a quick job of making sure it gets under control.
So that is one thing, guys, that can get confusing in these tournaments. What we heard was the other field's game timer went off, and it confused this field, and they went off on the other field's game time. I don't know why they stopped that. You know, at an event, they wouldn't stop that.
Well, it's a friendly society here. Both teams made the mistake, and you see, that's what you get at the NRPL, guys.
A fair fight,
we're all
fair
human.
chance.
If both sides make a mistake, let's reset.
We are going to reset this clock back to 30 seconds.
But technically, next time, both these teams should have tagged back up and continued to play the point.
Game on. Game stop.
So we're just going to clean start, restart the game. Okay.
If anyone in the comments...
Both teams false started, we're going to restart the game.
Right. So from the owner, John Atkins, both teams had a false start. And because of that, we're going to keep it fair here, and we're going to restart the clock so we can get an even breakout from both teams, Kenny.
Yeah.
If anyone in the comment section listening has a favorite on who they think will win this tournament, let us know.
Oh,
We'll play
also,
some bets.
something I forgot to tell you. Arsenal, who's a local team around here, they have an Arsenal loadout package that you and I are to deliver to the most impressive prelim player that we see out here.
And that is going to be a great award.
Absolutely. And what we're looking for is aggression, style, and just a certain type of flair
That swag, that sauce, that
Exactly.
drip, we need all that.
not
if you wanna win
everyone
this
possesses
award.
it. So let's see who's out there to get it.
I will tell you right now, the player on Team Hood who pulled off that 2-on-1 right now, he's got my
definitely the winner right now.
He's got my vote. 5-on-5 breakout here.
That's what we like to see. Oh, great move to the center brick by Templars.
Mayhem tries to counter that move going up as well, but he gets taken out.
Templar players eliminates the snake player for Mayhem, and now Templars are in control of this point. Five on 3 right now in Templar's favor. You can hear them really communicating with each other.
Pushing up the D side with a huge move up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Dorito corner to the 40 brick.
Templars player sneaking up the snake side. You can see the Templar player with the unorthodox move coming on the inside of the snake, trying to find the angle.
Gets a great
Successfully.
shot.
Yeah, that's a great heads-up play. Oh boy, Promera. This could be a problem, and he's clean. Whew. And then we got a legend Doc in the center of the field on Templars. Doc's been in the game, taught me a lot I know about the game.
And nasty Templars are going to win this one convincingly, and they're looking good right now.
Yes,
Kenny.
they are. Yes, they are. And again, shout out to Doc. Legend in the game. You see him in the green jersey in the center.
5 alive. They're looking strong right now, Kenny.
After a first point like that for the tournament, you feel really good about yourselves. But that's what we saw out of Templars last tournament too. I mean, they made it to the semis or quarters and then just kind of lost it. So you know they're hungry to get it back. We saw Sheriff O'Mara go in for a check. Might have been his first penalty of the day, but luckily the player survived.
And anytime that happens, guys, get ready, because a flag might be thrown. And up next, we got our champions from last tournament,
Defending champions.
the Rude Boys.
Rude Boys. They're out here. I was talking to them before this tournament. They know teams are gunning for them, and they're ready. They said they're ready for it. So we'll see. They put the money where the mouth is and make it work.
They will be going up against FBK on the right. And I'm excited to see how the Rude Boys do, you know. winning the last one. They didn't look that good in the prelims, but when the money was on the table, they stepped up their game, and that's all that counts.
That's correct. Your way, followed by Annapolis 18-2, your home. And Globo Jim Purples, your away. And the whole McNuggets, your home. Banff, NFG, your away.
And FBK is also rocking the all-black look, which I'm always a fan of, but it's just, yeah, on a day like today.
It's toasty out here,
I hope they're drinking water.
Stop the clock for a minute for field maintenance.
Got a temporary stoppage for field maintenance.
This is a beautiful field here at NR Paintball, guys. If you have not been here, I highly recommend coming here. It's the best paintball field on the East Coast, in my opinion. 2 beautiful turf fields.
And it's right next to BWI Airport, which has a bunch of hotels. So if you're not local to the area and you want to consider coming out for a practice, come play against us, all these other teams, you know, we'll accommodate. Come on through.
Reach out to field owner John Atkins, and he will be glad to have any team come out here.
The price is right. The field is nice.
Yep.
And since this last tournament, we're now sitting 15, 20 feet above the ground.
Right.
John Atkins has now built even stationary team pit covers that protect you from the sun, wood benches, air stations in the pits. I mean, as a paintball player, you really couldn't ask for anything else at this point.
Right. It's just a beautiful facility, guys. So what do you expect to see from the Rude Boys?
Well, if I'm the Rude Boys and I've won the last tournament, I want to make a statement.
Right.
I want to let the teams know that we're not slacking off, we're not taking it easy, and I would try to put it down this team's throat as fast as I could the first point to set the tone.
So unfortunately, Dizana Factory, who was here on the here at the first event, they couldn't make this one. I know they were looking to get back at the Rude Boys.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't see that rematch.
That's too bad because they were really fun to watch.
Yeah. I was wondering where they were. Hopefully you guys can come out to the next event. We'll get dates on that here shortly.
Yes, we will. Yeah, I was talking to the owner, John, and he said that there's more teams this tournament than there were the last tournament, despite the fact that Dizana and a few others couldn't make the second appearance, which means that word is spreading about this series.
Right.
Teams are learning about it, and they want to come compete.
Friendly reminder, D4, Field 1, it's your responsibility to sign the score sheet. I can't chase you down.
We're still on this technical timeout.
And that's the other cool thing about playing in the NRPL. Your whole entire family anywhere in the world can watch.
Right.
And now we're going to be sure to save this tournament. So
yeah.
Because we unfortunately had a slight technical error and weren't able to save the last games. But this one will be saved so you can, you know, it's a memory you can have forever. So at the very least, come out and create memories that you can document.
Here shortly, we're going to have players' names and numbers. So during these points, we can give shout-outs to the players who are balling. Definitely right now, my MVP is going to be the player on hood to pull off that 2-on-1. But we have a long way to go, guys. We have a long way to go.
That was quite the 2-on-1 victory. That was. And don't forget, family or friends, if you're watching and you don't know much about paintball, please ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb one, and we'll be happy to answer anything you got.
$20 seconds.
We're now at 20 seconds.
$10 seconds. Game on.
Rude Boys going snake on the break and shooting the snake horn on the break for FBK.
Look at that. Just like we talked about, Rude Boys looking to put it down their throat. This guy's already in snake 3. Let's see if he can capitalize. And the Rude Boys player took an interesting route to the snake. I don't know if you saw it, Dylan, but he ran center and then cut over.
Yeah.
Going right at it.
Definitely a unorthodox way to get in the snake. We haven't seen that often on this layout.
And he capitalizes with his first kill from that center back brick. Rude Boys now pushing up the Dorito side. I believe that's Matt Ragsdale. That's a player we saw have a lot of really good points last tournament.
And right now it's a 5-on-2. Rude Boys are looking good, Kenny.
Oh yeah. Rude Boys calling the player out when can. Ref's checking him. He's clean. Rude Boys is officially dropping the hammer right now.
And they're looking great here in this first point.
Boy, oh boy. Just like we discussed, if you're the team that won the tournament last event, what are you going to do your first match?
You're going to make a statement like that. And let everyone know Daddy and friends are here,
Yes,
and we're going back to back.
Yes, they are.
But we do have a long day.
Point approved.
That was a great all-around team win for the Rude Boys.
Snake player had himself a game at that point too. Number 77.
Yeah, I would recommend going snake on the break almost every game until you get shot, Kenny. Why
Until
not?
someone tells you otherwise, go for it.
Absolutely. Up next, we have a hometown favorite, Annapolis A team, and they are going up against Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Ben Stiller, Laser, and Blazer.
On the field, Annapolis 18-2, you are home. Globo Gym Purples, you are away.
And we will rock you.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Alvarado 4, Veteran Militia away.
We watched A-Team last tournament also go deep into the rounds.
I believe they took third place last event.
Deep into the rounds.
You know, a lot of these teams in the prelims last tournament, Kenny, we couldn't have guessed. Every team looked good.
That's absolutely correct.
It was hard to pick who was going to win that event. And when the money was on the line, the Rude Boys, came on top.
30 seconds.
But this one, it's a new day, a new layout.
That's why you come back and play, baby. Try to redeem yourself. A-Team's hungry because they were right there. And if I remember correctly, they started playing a little slower. So let's see if they can keep the pace up and sustain.
Game on.
Globo Gym going to the center brick off the break.
And they shoot 18 snake player on the break, but they lose their snake corner on the break, so we have a 4-on-4 game.
And actually, A-Team dropped their other snake players. So now it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Globo Gym. Ref's checking out the center player. Oh. Daddy, do we have it? Oh, he's clean.
He is clean. All right, so the brick player on Purple Cobras is clean.
Players are 2 for 2 on avoiding penalties so far.
And 18 losing players out of the back bunkers, that's something you can't have on this layout.
Negative. Globo Gym communicating, trying to identify the bodies. They're up 5-on-3 in a good position right now.
I believe we have a 4-on-2 game, but A-Team is definitely putting up a fight right now.
Yep. Generally speaking, when you're playing a paintball game and you're up 4-on-2, you don't want the 4-on-2 to last. You want to end that game as quickly as you can to eliminate any risk of getting shot. So you'd like to see Globo Gym come down with Snake and win the game.
A-Team crossed up right now in the Dorito corner in the snake can.
And that's Joe on Globo Gym in the snake corner, just rolling his gun, talking. There we go. The Globo Gym player makes a move into the snake. That's what you'd like to see.
If I was this snake can player on A-Team, I would try and get out to this corner and spread the field a little bit.
Yep. He's about to be in for a rude surprise. There it is.
He's going to get taken out. Now we have a 4-on-1.
Joe McNichols talking it up to his team. Looks like he got a shot in on that corner. Yep.
And they're going to close this out. And I'll tell you what, Kenny. I have the Purple Cobras making it to the top 4.
Oh, wow.
After this point I just saw,
Okay.
communication was great. They didn't rush it. They didn't play it sloppy.
Okay. So you got the Cobras in the hunt.
I will say that. I thought they looked really good right there.
And they do have some good talent, too. We did just watch Joe clean this game up, and then he shot his own guy who was going in. Obviously, he wasn't satisfied with his kill count, wanted to get one more.
That's my buzzer. Don't touch my buzzer.
And if you shoot your own player, they are out.
Yeah.
They are eliminated. But if you have enough bodies alive, it doesn't really matter. So, you know, maybe it's him just letting his guy know, I'm here.
1 minute.
On the field, McNuggets, you're home. Bam, NFG, you're away.
Oh, boy.
Revo,
And
you're
up
home.
next, we're going to have McNuggets on the
You're
left
away.
and none other than Bam
Double cut, you're
on the
home.
right. And I'm telling you guys, if you didn't watch last event, these Banff guys are nuts.
They're not called Devil's Cut for no reason.
I'm telling you, man, we're going to see something crazy. Their brick, their snake on the break, gunning at that. You're going to see some wild
30
stuff today,
seconds.
guys.
Devil's Cut will be on your right.
I'm surprised so far we
30
haven't seen
seconds.
too much play in the middle. I thought both teams would usually go to this brick up the center.
Right.
We haven't seen that much on the break.
No, we haven't.
10 seconds.
I think maybe only 1 point so far where we saw both teams occupying the bricks.
Game on.
McNuggets making a huge move up to the 40 Dorito on the break and the brick.
Devil's Cut drops a player. 5-on-4 McNuggets favor.
Banff up in the center as well.
We haven't seen anybody really play that bunker yet. Let's see if he can do something with it. Both teams rolling their guns, communicating.
Banff able to shoot the snake can player from McNuggets.
Yep.
Oh,
Leave it to Devil's Cut to get the first penalty of the day.
Banff getting a minor. It's cleared their whole snake side. It's not looking good for them right now.
They're going to need to get a kill if they want to stay in this. Center player on Devil's Cut realizing he's on an island. Oh, interesting move. Filling over to the brick. I like that. Let's see if he can do something with it.
We have a ref now coming to check him out. He's going to be clean.
Oh, out.
And the Dorito player for McNuggets get taken out. I believe it's a 3-on-2 right now. Great move by the McNuggets player.
Absolutely. Ending the game on his own. McNugget player with a great heads-up play, realizing there was only 2 bodies left, and he could go end the game right away.
And that is something we might see a lot here today, guys, is these 2 players in the center bricks trading out with each other.
That's right. And if you can get creative, the ideal way to do that is to shoot the center brick player yourself and stay alive.
Right.
Point approved.
Up next, on our left, we're going to have Baltimore Revo 4 going up against Veteran Militia.
Revo 4 with some cool looking jerseys.
1 minute.
On the field, Baltimore Revo 4, you're home. Veteran Militia, you are away. Bam, Devil's Cut, you are home. Hood, you're away. And in the hole is Nasty Templars and 302 Destroyers.
Seems like you got to be able to survive the break so far, what I'm seeing. There's been a couple points where teams have dropped 2 bodies fairly quickly.
So NBA Legend asks, what are snake players? Snake players are players on the close side of the field here, where you see these lay down beams,
20 seconds.
and this is what we call a snake.
Typically, the reason it's called a snake is because, generally speaking, if you're playing the snake,
10 seconds.
you're laying on your stomach crawling.
Right.
And that's kind of where the name came from. But yeah, the snake side is the side closest to us as we're looking at this field.
Game on.
Veteran militia going up to the center brick.
And then working on his gun, that's always a pain. Get to a good spot and your gun doesn't work.
But they lose a player off the break, and Revo matching them now up in the center brick as well.
Looks like Militia's got his gun working again.
That is Louis Chewy for Veteran Militia. He's out here all the time practicing. I was actually here Wednesday practicing. He was out here running some drills. You love to see it.
Getting ready,
No.
getting ready. Now this is going to be interesting. Snake player here on Revo has got to the snake 3, like we talked about. See how he's kind of laying down on his stomach and on his knees? Oh, look at him. Look at this. Hello, I'm right here. Hello, I'm right here. Look at that. What a great move by the Revo snake player. Communicating to his team now, letting them know just this back left.
He's playing it very smooth. He's on their side. He's in no rush to do anything right now.
And he's
He's gonna
eliminated. What a 3-pack by the young killer right there.
Great move by the Revo 4 player, and he's definitely up there for the
Arsenal loadout. Yep.
absolutely.
He just jumped to the forefront with that move. That was a great play. We'll get his name later. Unfortunately, I can't tell who it is right now.
If you want to win the Arsenal loadout, you need to make plays like that Revo 4 player right there. That was a great move by the snake player for Revo.
Point approved.
So as you can see, it looks like someone's saying that's Jamar. So if that's Jamar, that was a heck of a move, buddy.
Jamar's balling right now.
And that's where, you know, you get to a spot, and if no one's shooting at you,
Wrap and go.
A lot of times people will kind of sit and try to figure out. Jamar said, if they're not going to shoot at me, I'm going to go win the game and get a 3-pack.
Right.
Field, Band Devils cut your home.
Great play
Hood
by
your
him.
way. Nasty Templars your home.
So far, I would say it's between Jamar and the free agent from Hood
That's
on
right.
who's going to get that Arsenal package.
And as we just saw, that was 2 very different styles of play. Jamar looks
Right.
young, fast, quick on his feet, and the pickup player was, you know, slow and steady when he did.
Hey, but a win's a win.
It's a win.
I'll take him either way.
That's the great thing about paintball. You can be dynamic in your own way. You don't need to follow a certain mold. You can do what you're good at.
If anyone in the comments would like to give shout outs to players who they believe are balling out there and think should win that Arsenal package, let us know.
10 seconds.
Who we got here, Daddy?
We have Banff Devils cut on the left,
Oh,
Hood
boy.
on the right.
Oh boy.
Game on.
Banff Devils cut making a huge move to the 40 Dorito, but Hood makes it to the snake on the break.
Yep. And just like that, Banff Devils Cup drops 2 players. Oh, sorry, 3 players. Hood's in position to end this game pretty quickly. Player on Hood's now in the 50, the tall cake on the other side of the field. Hood doubles up the snake. Although Devil's Cut makes a move to the snake 1, which we like to see, go down fight. He's gonna have to get very lucky here, and he gets eliminated.
Hood looked really good that point.
Yep. And again, Devil's Cut having a hard time surviving the break. And if you're a team and you've played 2 games in a row and you've lost 3 guys in the first 30 seconds both games, you need to do a serious shift in strategy,
Right.
to at least be 5 alive for the first part of the game. And we were also just handed here the prize package for a 5-man D4. First place prize is $2,500. cash money.
$2,500 cash, boys.
And on top of that, a $1,500 HK Army gift certificate.
So it's technically almost $4,000 there. 25 in cash, 15 in a gift certificate from HK, one of our sponsors here at NR Paintball.
Not bad for a day of work, I would say.
No, not at all.
Savages, your home. FPK, your way.
What do we got for second place?
Second place is a $1,000 HK certificate and a choice of 5 Virtue Spire IRs or 5 Virtue Vio masks. So, also, not bad for a day's of work.
Not at all.
And then third place, the bronze is getting paid too. $500 HK certificate and a choice of 5 IR masks or the Virtue VRO lens.
20 seconds.
So not only are you having fun, not only are you competing, not only are you on the webcast letting your family and friends watch, you're also bringing home some hardware,
Some bread.
some bread.
On the left, we're going to have Nasty Templars. On the right, 302 Destroyers. I think this might be a good game.
I would agree.
Game on.
Templars all the way to the Snake 2 off the break, didn't even dive, didn't need to.
And the 40 Dorito on the break as well.
That's what you like to see. Now 302 does have a center brick here to try to control this snake push. Let's see if he can do it. Look at this, Templars is about their business. They're making all the moves.
That is Koi up on the brick for Templars.
Another
He's out
local
here.
favorite here.
Yep. Great player, very solid.
Smart player too, and he's really progressed over the years, so you like to see him out here playing. 302 player wasn't able to hold it down in the center brick. He was in a tough spot though.
Great communication for the Templars.
Yeah, they've got the body spread across the field. 302's doing their best to counter. Good move out to the Dorito corner by the 302 player. But Templars countering to Snake 3. Dorito wondering where he got shot. Oh, great shot by the Dorito player, shooting the Snake guy. 302 has both corners, Dorito and Snake corner. They're gonna really need to hold tight here and make this work. Oh, get him. 302 with another shot. Oh, but they dropped the corner guy. Oh, I think we just brought it down to a one-on-one.
And here we go with a
Look at
one-on-one.
that. You gotta give 302 a lot of credit for hanging tight when things were looking not
Absolutely. And it's a battle down the Snake side. We have the Snake corner for 302.
good. Oh,
Actually, it was
wow.
a 2-on-1.
We didn't see that guy, and I don't think 302 player did either.
Space.
But that was really good by 302. They could have easily kind of given up that point, but they did not. So when you're early in the tournament and something like that happens, you just say, all right, let's get it together, tighten up.
Yep.
Plenty of paintball to be played.
The Nasty Templars, they looked strong in the beginning of that, but, you know, started getting dinked out.
Yep.
You don't want to have that, especially later on in the tournament. Ken.
Right. And like we say, when you're up bodies, you do want to go close the game, but you got to stay tight just like you were in the first minute of the game. You got to stay tight, even when things are easier.
Savages, your home.
Up
FPK,
next,
your way.
we have the BAM Savages on the left.
And in the hole is OG.
And they're going to be playing against FBK on the right.
Okay.
FBK with their all-black jerseys.
Sucks, dude. Dumbest idea. It's like, why you choose black jersey?
We have an FBK player over here,
Questioning
Leland Walker, asking why the hell do we got black jerseys in this heat?
Hey guys, I'll sit this.
Leland's an OG in the game as well. You've played with him.
Absolutely. I've known that guy for
20 seconds.
over 10 years.
Solid DMV player.
Solid player.
Plenty of
Great,
battles
even
against
a
him.
better guy, even
Yeah.
a better person.
That's absolutely true.
He's actually engaged right now, wedding to come. Congrats to Leland.
Congratulations. Okay, we got Savages, Green Mask Killers out there. I want to see him have a point.
Game on.
Makes it out to the Dorito corner for Savages.
FBK gets to the center brick.
And BAM Savages get a huge kill on the FBK Snake corner player.
Savages filling out. Got the flow going right now, looking good.
We have a 4-on-4 game right now.
Yep. FBK just makes 2 counter punches, one to the Dorito corner and one to the snake insert. Although ref Jeff Whitner is checking him out. He's clear.
Good communication by the Savages right now.
Oh, and the center player for FBK gets a shot on the Dorito corner.
That was a great shot.
Yes, it was. But Savages counter with the snake move. This is a great game, guys. A lot of counter punching. FBK's across the line on the 50s.
Pushing big on the Dorito side.
Calling for a check. Wow, he just missed him. Both teams trying to talk to each other and get this figured out. This game could go either way right now.
3-on-4 in favor of FBK right now. I would say they're in the better spots, but you cannot count out the Savages.
Savages player playing the snake both sides. Knows he needs to get one more kill. Oh, it looks like Savages just dropped their Dorito corner. FBK in control.
Oh, and here we go with some smoke.
And he's going to catch a few in the back. Yep, there you go. FBK realizing we've won the point.
So it looks like the Banff organization is kind of struggling out here right now on this layout, Kenny.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see, although they were in that point, and then just you lose that one body.
Yep.
And the tides turn. But I also think that from the last layout to this layout, like you were saying, you can see each other at the start box.
Right.
And I think people are getting burned more off the break. And when we say getting burned more, that means they're getting shot while they're running to their bunkers.
When they run to their primary bunker before they get there, they're getting shot. And that's a huge advantage. If you can kill people on the break, guys, your advantage of winning is way higher.
The stats instantly jump.
1 minute.
Because the game is 5-on-5, but if you shoot 2 of them off the break, it's 5-on-3 in the
Huge
first 10
advantage.
seconds.
Yep.
You are away. OG Choco, you're home. McNuggets, you are away.
Up next on the left, we're going to have Roughnecks. On the right, Bobo Jim Purple Cobras.
Looks like Tanix TV saying they had to get tested today, couldn't come play. Well, we're sorry to hear that. Hope the test goes good. The result you want. And
30 seconds.
we'll see you on the next one, all right?
Purple Cobras on the right, Roughnecks on the left, and I believe I have the Purple Cobras making top
You did.
four after one match.
You did make that statement. Now here's a good test, chokehold.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Let's see.
Roughnecks.
Or
on the
sorry,
left.
yeah, Roughnecks. I
10
apologize.
seconds. Game on.
Roughnecks doubling up the middle, which is cool.
But they're going to get taken out, so we have a 4-on-5 game.
That was referee Amir going in the center. Phenomenal paintball player.
Roughnecks able to get in the snake, though.
You're going to have to deal with this Purple Cobra player in the center brick. And he just identified it, so now he knows it's there and he's got a gun on him. You can tell the Roughneck player in the Dorito corner wants to get out wide, get up the field further.
Still a 5-on-4 game right now in favor of the Purple Cobras.
Roughnecks fill to the snake corner, provides cover fire. Both teams talking, communicating.
Oh, Oh, and Roughnecks are going to lose their center player now, so we have a 5-on-3 in favor of the Purple Cobras.
Center brick player for Purple Cobras is playing this bunker well. Also shoots the Dorito corner. He's having himself a game right now. Talking to his team, telling them kill 3. At least.
So right now for the Roughnecks, it's only the Snake corner and the Snake 1. Roughnecks are in trouble right now, Kenny.
Yes, they are. Cobra fills up to the Dorito can. It's only a matter of time. I think the center brick player on Purple Cobra either just had a 3 or 4 pack right there.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Red jersey. He's got to be, look how he's walking. He knows what he just did.
And that's what you want to see from your center player, you know? It's a great point by the Purple Cobras. 5 alive. They're looking good right now,
And your prediction's looking good too, I would say. Yeah, like you said, out of your center player, that's exactly what you want. Not only is he shooting bodies, controlling the field, he's also talking to his team and letting them know what's going on. And you can see the way he's carrying himself. Little swag, giving a wave to the booth, or waving back.
We will get his name and let you guys know.
That was a great point.
1 minute.
Roughnecks.
OG Chokehold, you're home. McNuggets, you're away.
Up next, and I think this will be a great game. We're going to have OG Chokehold on the left going up against McNuggets on the right.
Keep
in mind, the last tournament last year, OG Chokehold did win that tournament.
Yep.
So they have won one of these tournaments before.
They know what it takes.
And I believe they made it just to the quarters last event. But, you know, on any given day, they're a top 4 team out here.
Absolutely.
McNuggets, though, they've been playing well so far this morning.
20 seconds.
Roughnecks went double center off the break, which I don't think we've seen anybody really do. Now, the guy did get burned, but I'm curious to see. I don't think we've seen the formula for success yet. Just we have it down to a T. Everything's kind of random so far.
Right.
The center brick definitely looks important, though. And there you go, double center brick.
McNuggets losing a Dorito player on the break. We have a 4-on-5 game right now in favor of OG Chokehold.
There you go. McNuggets doubling the center up. Let's see what they can do with that.
Still a 4-on-5 game right now.
Chokehold gets to the Dorito can. That's going to apply some pressure. And then shoots the center player. I mean...
So we have a 3-on-5 right now in favor of OG Chokehold.
This Chokehold player in the center is just playing it patient. Chokehold Dorito player's got himself a 2-pack. He shot both the middle guys that were probably designed to stop him.
I believe that's Richie.
Oh, the center player just got shot. You better get out. Promera's gonna come get him.
And the Dorito player for OG Chokehold having a game right there. That is Richie. I do not know his last name.
Oh, Richie just had himself a 3-pack.
He did. So we've had a couple right now trying to win this Arsenal package. Great game by Richie on the Dorito side for OG Chokehold. They're not looking bad right now, Kenny.
No, they are not.
I'm excited for this next one. We got the Rude Boys.
You got defending champs coming out here.
But they're going to be playing against Baltimore Revo, and we saw this Snake player on Baltimore Revo have a game.
I believe it was Javar. Let's see if Javar's got it. Now you can see one of the Rude Boys players here has got a big chain hanging down, letting the people know this is our field right now. Someone's got to come take it.
I'm not going to count Revo out here. Their Snake player earlier to this morning had himself a game.
Yes,
and,
he did.
You know,
There we got Ragsdale coming out on Rude Boys as well. We watched him have an absolute, just amazing tournament last time.
They're definitely walking out here like they own the place right now.
Well, after that first point they had, that's what I'd be doing too.
Right? Keep in mind, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the group chat. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
NBA Legend 24's got McNuggets on his top.
You love to see it. Hopefully they could step it up a little bit after that last point, but you know, it's so early in the day.
All right, let's see what Javar's got here.
Jamar going snake side. Gets out to the corner.
Nice smooth slide.
Oh, but Revo loses their Dorito player on the break.
But then counters to the center brick.
Rude Boys making a great move up to the center 50.
Now here's an interesting play. We haven't seen anybody play this center brick in the middle of the field. Rude Boys is doing it. Oh, and he dunked out Javar doing that too. Rude Boys push the snake. Revo's gonna need to get a kill if they want any chances to survive in this point. Just like that, it's a 5-on-1. That's not an ideal situation to be in.
And the Rude Boys looking great right now, this last point. They're trying to get that Gucci 2-time belt. And when there's $4,000 on the line,
You're gonna come with it.
absolutely. Rude Boys looking great right now. I don't believe they've lost a point yet all day.
Nope. And that one was 5 bodies up. And they shot Jamar, Revo's snake player, pretty early. So that's going to be a disadvantage for Revo anytime.
Right.
On the field, Annapolis 18-2, you're home. Vance doubles cut your way.
Rude Boys looking good right now.
Vance NFG, you are away.
Up next,
In the hole,
on the left, we're going to have Annapolis A-Team. And on the right, Banff Devils Cut. Now, we already told you guys how this Banff organization gets down. They can beat anyone at any time. They've been struggling so far this morning, but
They got to survive the break to give themselves a chance.
30
absolutely.
seconds.
And when we say survive the break, that just means don't lose 2 guys in the first 30 seconds, you know? Try to be 5 up.
20 seconds.
Hopefully they can step it up right here, Kenny.
Yeah. Banff's definitely a crowd favorite. We'd like to see them
10 seconds.
start
Here we
getting
go.
some W's on the board.
Game on.
There we go. 5 up for Banff off the break. Or did I speak too soon? Yes, I did. Banff dropped the body in the back.
A-Team now getting up to the Snake 2. I believe we have a 5-on-4 game right now in favor of A-Team.
Yep, A-Team in the snake too. This Banff player in the snake corner is going to do everything he can to prevent the A-Team player from getting further down the snake. And the snake guy does get the snake 3. And you see how he was laying on his stomach? That's why we call it the snake. Banff drops their second body. Banff doesn't really have any good field position right now. They're going to need to shoot somebody if they want to stay in this point.
A-Team looking good right now.
Yeah, in control.
We have a 5-on-2 game.
Banff does make a counter move to the second Dorito. You like to see them pushing. And A-Team counters their counter with a move to the Dorito can.
And that is going to be it in favor of A-Team. They looked good right there, Kenny. 5 alive.
That's what you like to see.
And Banff just still struggling on this layout. One thing that, you know, you hate to see is when your back players are dying early. You guys can see you have this can on the snake side, you have this brick on the Dorito side. Those are your anchor bunkers on the break, I would say, right? And when you lose those guys early, it's going to give you a huge disadvantage later on during the game.
Not only do you lose the gun, you lose the voice.
Absolutely.
And when he says the anchor bunkers, that's because those guys are in the back, so they can see the whole field better, they can communicate to their front guys,
1 minute.
and they can cross-communicate from one side to the other.
Right.
Because just like anything in life, the more information you have, the better you're going to be able to make decisions. You got to communicate to share that information.
You're in the hole. Veteran militia, you're in the hole as well, away.
Yeah, that is something you do not want to see out here. If you're playing, your back guys getting shot early or on the break. Next up, we're going to have another Banff team.
30 seconds.
They're going to be playing against Mayhem. Mayhem on the left, Banff on the right.
I wonder what NFG stands for.
I know what Banff stands for.
20 seconds.
I could take a guess at what NFG stands for, but let's leave that to our own imagination.
And what's so troll about it is their name is
10
Banff,
seconds.
and their jerseys are like some Disney.
It's Mickey Mouse. Let's see if they can right the ship.
Aiming.
Oh, snake player gets burned for Banff, and they lose their Dorito corner.
Player.
Man. Just like that, blink of the eye, Banff is down 3 bodies.
Huge advantage right now for Mayhem. Oh, but they lose their snake player.
Good shot by the corner player here on Banff. You can't see it on the screen, but the corner player just got a good shot on the snake guy.
Oh, and the snake player on Banff getting another great shot.
Oh, he got a kill and then wanted to make the move and got clipped.
So we have a 3-on-1 right now in favor of Mayhem.
You like the idea by the Banff player, but make sure it's safe first.
Mayhem now getting into the snake. He's just going to come down. No one's shooting at him. He wraps and goes, wraps and goes.
Yep. Playing it safe, as he should. And end the game. Oh, he missed the shot.
Oh!
Ref coming in. And that's not just any ref, that's Pro Mera. You better hope you're safe.
Oh, and this Banff player shoots out the snake player.
Wow.
We have a 2-on-1 game.
Pro Mera not throwing a penalty.
Very surprising there.
He must have had a good long night or something.
We have a 2-on-1 right now in favor of Mayhem. Well, like we've said before, Banff can pull stuff out. And he's just going to run down in this 2-on-1, get taken out. And almost a nail biter.
Almost. But you wouldn't expect anything less from Banff. Go down fighting. But they took that from a 4-on-2 to a 3-on-2, and then unfortunately,
Face.
the player that got them to the 3-on-2 got shot.
Right.
But as a player, you can relate to that. You get a kill when you're down bodies, and you say,
You're
okay,
ready to go.
I'm going to go get him now. And then you forget to check off a bunker, and next thing you know, you're eliminated.
See, that's when you need to scratch your head as a Banff player saying, how are we losing 3 guys on the break?
And it's not
1 minute.
both Banff teams.
Right.
They're doing it together.
302 destroyers are home. The Nuggets are away.
I wonder if they had a chance to practice this layout and learn the burning lanes.
You know, like we said before, this layout is kind of tricky because at your start gate, you can literally see the other team, all 5 players on the break, and where they might line up. They might line up 3 on the Dorito side, 3 on the Snake side. Maybe they have a guy in the center that he might fake one way.
Yep.
You know, a quick option.
30 seconds.
That's something that we do as players, is when you can see each other, we'll kind of stand around and switch positions at the very last second, because you don't want the other team to know what you're doing.
30 seconds.
I haven't seen a lot of that out here yet. As the tournament moves on, people might start taking that tactic.
Up next, we're going to have 302 Destroyers on your left against
10 seconds.
McNuggets on the right.
302 almost pulled one out last point. Let's see if they can get it back.
Oh, and McNuggets get a delayed start, but they barely get him in. Oh, but they only start with 4 anyway, so they're about to start with 3.
And they drop a body.
Oh, that is one thing you just hate to see.
Yep. All the preparation, all the time, all the money to start down a body is frustrating.
Mental mistakes. So Banff already starting with 4. They barely get their 4th body on. McNuggets lose 1, so it's now a 3-on-5 on the break, Kenny.
302 Destroyers in position. Pushing up the Snake, not wasting any time, going right to Snake 2. Gets a kill on the other McNugget players. Now you're looking at a 5-on-2, I believe. The odds are not good for McNuggets right now. Snake player for 302 pushing the issue. Oh, McNuggets make a big counter move to the 40. Can he capitalize on it? Oh, wow, and he missed him. This is amazing. We gotta play. I don't know that anybody knows. And the McNuggets players in their 40 just got a kill. He's got a guy coming to bunker him. 302. No, look at it.
302 had enough of that. 302 Destroyers are going to pull this out.
Right. But you got to give credit to the McNugget player. He almost did something crazy. Yeah. But then the corner player on 302 sniffed it out. And I don't know that the rest of his team knew that guy was there. So thankfully 302's corner player picked up on it.
But I'll tell you what, that's what makes you scratch your head, Kenny. We're not playing X-Ball here.
Yeah, you're right.
So how do you start with 3 bodies and have to rush a 4th in? McNuggets had 4 games to sit, come up with a game plan before they came out for the next point, and you can only get 3 on the box and barely get your 4th guy.
Like we said, that's a head scratcher.
Militia, you're away.
You know, it really helps to have staff on your team that can help organize that and let you know, hey guys, we're on deck, or we're in the hole, we're up next.
Templars, Advanced NFG.
Yeah, as we watch the tournament, if you're watching it on the webcast, you see the teams coming out and playing, but what you don't see is the pit crews behind.
Right.
You got to fill the paint, you got to fill the air, you got to get yourself clean, you got to hydrate, you got to discuss strategy for the next point.
30 seconds.
You did any scouting on the other team? I mean, there's a lot that goes into just walking onto the field. But
And that is something that every team needs.
Right.
Every team needs staff.
Right,
You know, to
absolutely.
help them fill pods, clean
20
them up,
seconds.
and I
clean
mean,
their
that
guns.
can be the difference between some teams. You know?
Yeah,
You could
winning and
you could
losing.
have great players, but if you're not organized, you can start with 3 bodies.
Yeah.
4 bodies, sorry, 4
10
bodies.
seconds.
All right, up next, FBK on the left, Veteran Militia on the right. Veteran Militia has been looking pretty good.
Game on.
Both teams get up to the center.
Yep.
Veteran Militia puts 2 in the center.
FBK drops a body on the snake side. 5-on-4. Look at the militia player. Wow, playing the center.
That is
brick.
Chewy.
Wouldn't expect anything less. And this is an interesting gun battle right here. They're right in front of each other. And Chewy gets the shot.
Owen gets a great shot
Look
on the
at that.
Dorito player.
Looks like he trades out. Oh,
No, he
trade
did not
out.
trade out.
Now you got to trust your team to close the game. Looks like it's a 2-on-1 right now.
2-on-1 in favor of Militia. And they are going to end up pulling this one out. And I'll tell you what, Chewy may be a dark horse to win this Arsenal care package.
That was a great move. He wrapped, it was clear, and then he
He went. And that's what you want.
went for the guy right in front of him.
Point approved.
I got your team coming back out here. Globo Gym Purple Cobras.
Globo Gym Purple Cobras going up against Hood.
1 minute.
Purple Cobras, I don't believe have lost a point yet.
I don't believe so.
This team Hood, they've been playing pretty well so far. Keep in mind they picked up a free agent
Oh, that's right.
who won them a huge 2-on-1 first
Yes,
point
he
of the
did.
day.
Yes, he did.
Friendly reminder: when you win your point counts when you sign
30 seconds.
your point count when you sign the score sheet.
What's up, Texas Hammer?
20 seconds.
53 viewers right now. Shout out to everyone watching. Keep in mind, if you guys have any questions,
Yep.
please reach out.
This is your first time watching a paintball
10
tournament.
seconds.
A lot of this might not make sense, so please ask away.
Purple Cobras on the left, Hood on the right.
Game on.
We have a 5-on-5 breakout. No, Purple Cobras shoot the back center player
The Hood player,
and the snake player. So 2 kills on the break for Purple Cobras.
Purple Cobras had a solid lane off the break. The back center player for Hood took 1 step off the box and got shot right in the face. That's not what you like to have happen.
No.
Hood tries to fill to the snake corner.
And he's gonna make it out.
Successfully does it. As a center brick player for Purple Cobra, you got to be a little upset with yourself letting that guy make that move. Let's see if he can redeem himself and shoot this guy. But as long as Hood has your boy in the back laydown, they have a chance.
And they're gonna shoot him down the wire.
We're looking at a 5-on-2 right now.
Huge favor for Purple Cobras right now.
Precarious position for Hood.
They're now gonna get in the snake. Purple Cobras looking strong right now, Kenny.
Yes, they are.
And they're about to win another point with 5 bodies alive right now.
I think you're onto something when you say they're one of your favorites.
So one thing that I would like to bring up when Kenny Frank was talking about the brick player on Purple Cobras letting them fill from the snake can out to the snake corner, when you have a team pinched in the middle, you don't want them to get wide, right, Kenny? So what Kenny was saying here is when you have that lane in the brick, you want to keep him pinched in the center.
Absolutely.
And you can push him out with your wide players on the snake and snake corner. You don't want them to be able to fill out successfully wide out, is what Kenny was saying.
And the reason that it's important is because there's boundaries on the field. You can't, there's a tape line you can't go past, but the wider you are, the better angle you have.
Right.
It's like if you're playing chess, you don't want to have all your pieces in the middle of the board. You want to have pieces on both sides so you can attack from the outside in.
Absolutely.
Right? And like he said, if you got a team pinched in the middle, meaning they're not wide, the last thing you want to have happen is to
Let
be
them
looking
fill
at
out.
him and watch him go wide.
Right.
Yeah. Now, sometimes you're going to miss the shot, but ideally that's a shot you'd like to hit when he's making that big of a run.
Absolutely.
But they still won the point, so live and learn.
When it goes back to the game, I'm going to change the settings. That's all.
And we're back right now. We have Nasty Templars on the left, BAMF, NFG on the right. Looks like we have a 5-on-5 game right now.
Yep. What you like to see for BAMF? Sound's back on. Sorry about that, guys. QX3, glad you like all of it. If you got any questions, let us know. BAMF drops their snake corner player.
Oh, but Templars also lose a Dorito player, so we have a 4-on-4 game right now.
There you go.
I would give the favor to Templars right now because they're in the snake.
That's right, and this player's looking to capitalize on the fact that he's got nobody in front of him. But he missed the shot on the center can player. This Templar player's in the snake, just applying the pressure. You can see he's wide, shooting in.
And another fill out to the corner.
That's gonna now.
Damn Savages.
That's right. So Savages get to the snake corner. That's gonna make this snake player on Templars have to play a little more honest. But he gets eliminated. BAMF now has 3 players left. The Templars 4. The Templars are looking to drop the hammer at this point. Oh.
And I believe we have a 3-on-3 game right now.
Player for Templars got a little sloppy.
Now we have a 3-on-3 game right now. This could go either way, Kenny.
That's right. You want to see these 2 Templar snake players work together to get this figured out. There you go. Templars player onto their side of the field now. Just missed the shot on the guy in the Dorito.
There's nothing stopping him, though, from going right now.
No. He must have heard you.
Hey, Nate! Nate!
Eliminates the center player. And that's what you like to see from this snake player on Templars. He went from the snake all the way to the other side of the field almost to spread the field.
Very heads-up play by the Templars player. BAM's still holding it down in the Dorito, though. I believe we have a 2-on-1.
Making him work for the money. And they eliminate him.
So that's one thing that, you know, I'd like to mention here is when you're in the snake and the other team is not wide, if they're not stopping you, get down and go. You know, you don't want to stay in your snake 1 or your snake 2. You want to get to their side of the field or their side of the snake.
That's the time to win the game. Just like we saw Jamar did.
Right.
He went and won a game in 40 seconds because of that very same principle right there. Now, there's no one stopping you. Go end the game.
Baltimore Venom in District 11.
So we have BAMF Savages on the left, Baltimore Revo on the right. Jamar going snake on the break. He makes it successfully.
That's big. And BAMF drops a body on the Dorito side, but they quickly fill. Heads up play. Revo counters to the Dorito can. And then quickly gets eliminated by the center player.
Hey. 4-on-3 game right now in favor of Banff Savages. Looks like they might get their first win of the day, but I'm not counting out Revo with Jamar and the Snake, Kenny.
Nope, can't do that. He's going to have to deal with this center brick player, but this brick player is switching back to the Dorito side.
And Jamar loses his Snake corner player that was going to help him out. It's going to be rough on Jamar here.
Oh, and Banff player just gets eliminated trying to make a fill by the Dorito player on Revo.
And I don't know if it's a
player's trying to make a move. He gets to the Dorito can.
Is it a 2-on-2 right now? Or a 3-on-2?
Well, Banff just dropped their Snake corner.
And it might be a 2-on-1 in favor of Revo now. Oh,
I think we're looking at a 1-on-1.
we are looking at a 1-on-1.
Jamar and the Snake versus the Banff player in the center brick. You gotta wonder, do these players know they're in a 1-on-1?
So we do have a 1-on-1 right now, guys. Banff Savages are in the center brick. The Revo player, Jamar, is in the Snake 1.
This is just a straight-up gunfight.
And Jamar gonna go Snake 2, but a great move by the Banff Savages player, and he's gonna pull this out.
That was a good move by the Savages player. He decided, I'm not gonna engage in a gunfight. I'm gonna go get him.
Base.
And you could see Jamar was trying to get crafty and crawl up the Snake, but I would say to him, in a 1-on-1 in that situation, you don't want to be crawling. You want to have your gun up and trying to locate
Point
the guy.
approved.
Absolutely. When you are in a 1-on-1, you want to always keep your eyes on your opponent.
Correct.
You don't want to lose your opponent because now he could be anywhere on the court.
Correct. Hopefully one of his teammates that's
1 minute.
knowledgeable about the game is telling him that.
home. Banff Devils cut your way.
Up next, we're going to have Roughnecks on the left, Banff
Banff
Devils cut on the right.
The whole Root Boys and veteran militia.
We have the refs gathered together here talking about the previous point. Huge shout out to our refs here.
Absolutely.
Working in this heat. Feel
Without
free
the
to
refs,
Venmo some beer money to the refs here after this because they're working their asses off out there right
without
now.
them, it's all chaos.
Absolutely, baby.
Someone's got to keep Banff under control. It's got to be the refs.
20 seconds.
We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors here at NR Paintball, HK Army,
10 seconds.
Virtue, Maxt, who make the awesome ref jerseys.
That's right. Need the sponsors to make it happen.
Game on.
Banff getting eliminated, going Snake off break. At a 5-on-4 right now in Roughneck's favor. Oh, just like that, 4-on-4. Banff gets a kill.
Great move up to the center, but he's going to get taken out by the Snake player for Roughnecks.
4-on-3 in Roughneck's favor.
Roughnecks now getting up to the Snake 2.
Talking, rolling the guns. That's what you'd like to see. You can see the Roughnecks player is smart. He knows there's a guy in the corner that he needs to be aware of. So anytime he wraps, he's checking to make sure it's safe first.
Right, that's what's stopping this Snake player for Roughnecks now. Banff has a player in the Snake corner looking down the wire. Oh, and they get a kill on the Roughnecks player on the Dorito.
We're at a 3-on-3 now. Banff counters up to the second Dorito. Roughnecks counters up to the third Snake.
Roughnecks making a huge move to the Banff side of the Snake.
Now putting himself in a very tight spot. Now it's a 3-on-2 in Bam's favor.
Ref checking out the Bam player in the Dorito. Oh, and they're going to pull him out. I believe we have a 2-on-2 game right now.
Both
We
teams
do.
spread across the field, too.
2-on-2 game. Banff has a Snake Corner player and a Dorito Can player. Roughnecks have a Snake 1 player and a Dorito 2 player. Oh, and Banff's going to lose their Snake Corner player.
But Banff counters to the 40 tall cake. And now all of a sudden he's in a very bad spot. You know, that Banff player missed the shot on the Snake guy. If he could have shot him,
It would have went to a one-on-one.
one-on-one.
Yeah, thank you. Much love to the people giving us a shout out here.
That's my mom. I love you, Mom.
Base.
So it's been, we've had some good paintball here today. I'm still skeptical on who's going to win this Arsenal package. It can be anyone's right now. It's still up for grabs for any player right now.
There's been a few standouts. Now, what you want to see is them do it more than once.
Absolutely.
I want to see you do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times over the course of the prelims to win the Arsenal loadout. And shout out to Arsenal for supplying a loadout.
Huge shout out to Arsenal for the care package.
It's cool.
You love to see that?
1 minute.
That's a team that's been around for a long time.
On the field, OG Chokehold, you're home.
Still staying
Mayhem,
alive.
You are away. Rude Boys, you're home. Veteran
Up
Militia,
next,
you're away.
on the left, we're going to have OG Chokehold.
Annapolis 18-2, you're
On the
home.
right, we're going to have
A friendly
Mayhem.
reminder to you to sign the score
And
sheet.
keep in mind,
And
the
Hood,
last time we saw
you're
OG
home.
Chokehold play, Richie had a great
Oh,
game
yeah.
on the Dorito side where he got 3 kills.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So you know he's feeling confident and ready.
Yeah. And if he can do that a couple times this tournament,
30
he
seconds.
has a huge chance of winning the Arsenal Care Package.
And helping his team
Yeah.
get the W.
You get the Arsenal Care Package and $4 grand.
20
Not a bad
seconds.
Sunday.
Not a bad Sunday at all.
Stop the soccer maintenance.
We have a technical timeout right now.
Right now, S. Brown, you're watching D4 play.
Yep, we are watching D4 prelims right now. I believe the top 8 move on to the quarterfinals. We have semifinals, finals, and we definitely have a few teams looking good here. Rude Boys are looking great.
Rude Boy, I don't believe they dropped a game.
OG Chokehold looking good.
OG Chokehold's looking good. Your team,
Purple Cobras.
Globo Gym Purple Cobras.
And who else would you believe is in the top 4 right now? I might have to say Veteran Militia.
10 seconds.
Chewy's been playing great for them up the center.
Veteran Militia is looking good. I would agree with those 4.
Yes, that is correct. D5 is playing on the other field behind us. That is the D5 division.
Oh, Chokehold drops a player off the center. We're looking at a 4-on-4 with a big move. Oh. He's making sure he was hit.
Here comes Richie now making a huge move from the Dorito corner up to the D3. The Dorito can. He's going to look inside.
Trying to get a shot on the Snake corner. You can't see it here on the screen, but the Snake corner guy's having to play very tight because of that.
Richie now coming up to the 40 Dorito.
Now up on the other team side of the field. Oh,
And he's going to get taken out.
he got clipped by the Snake corner player.
So right now, and the Mayhem Dorito player gets taken out. We have a 1-on-3 in favor of OG Chokehold. The player for Mayhem is in the Snake 1 right now.
He's got 2 guys in front of him, a guy in the Snake and a guy in the corner for OG Chokehold. Chokehold smart, spreading the field. Exactly what you should do in a situation like this. This should be a short-lived 3-on-1 if the Chokehold player can capitalize on the other side of the field.
That is one place you do not want to be in a 3-on-1, Kenny, is the snake.
Nope. The only thing this player's got going for him is the two guys are directly in front of him.
Right.
So they don't have any kind of angles.
OG Chokehold does have a 40 Dorito player.
So you can tell things are going to start getting pretty tight.
And OG Chokehold is going to pull this one out.
We saw Chokehold go deep last tournament. Obviously, they're trying to do the same thing here.
Base.
They're looking good right now, Kenny. You know, like we said before, they have won one of these tournaments.
Yep. So they know what it takes.
Yep.
They were close last time.
And this will be a great game coming up. We have the Rude Boys, defending champs on the left.
Who are looking fresh and hot
They are
right now.
looking great right
On
now.
the field, Root Boys, your home. Veteran Militia.
And they're going to be playing against Veteran Militia on the right.
One of your favorites right now as well. So let's
Veteran
see.
Militia looking good. Their center player, Chewy Lewis, has been going up to the center brick, and he's had a couple really good points.
So scouting is a big part of paintball, especially a tournament. where you
Absolutely.
scout the other team to understand what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what
Let
their,
them know, Kenny.
what
Tell
their
'em what's up.
tendencies are. And if I'm playing in this tournament and I'm watching Veteran Militia, I'm telling my team, guys, we need to shoot Chewy.
Yes.
Chewy's going to the center every point,
Yep.
and he's not lollygagging. He's out there to go win the game.
Absolutely.
So ideally, I'm either meeting him in the middle and bunkering him out, or I'm getting wide, like we've talked about,
Yep.
and then shooting into the center of the field to eliminate him or to slow down his pursuit of trying to win the point. So let's see.
Game on.
Rude Boys drop the snake corner off the break, so they're down one body, and they drop their center, and they drop. Wow, Rude Boys dropped 3 players in 10 seconds.
Veteran Militia with great lanes on the break.
5 bodies up. And just like that, it is a 5-on-1. The odds of winning a 5-on-1,
Slim to none.
I know one guy that and rest in peace, TJ Evans won a 5-on-1 once. He told me about that story often.
R.I.P. to the big dog, TJ Evans.
And he actually won his 5-on-1 in the center 50 at an X in X-Ball.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's the only person I know that's ever won a 5-on-1. And it won't be this point either, as Militia with clean work against the defending champs.
So the question is, the Rude Boys have been undefeated all morning, and they come out here and they get beat up.
Yeah.
They lose 3 on the break. That point wasn't even close.
Point approved.
How do you go back and handle that
Well,
after getting destroyed
you know,
like
sometimes it's good to have a little controversy in a tournament, just in this internally.
1 minute.
Okay, we just got smacked.
that? Right.
On the field,
We're not untouchable. We need to stay tight and stay hungry, you know?
Destroyers home.
It humbles you a little bit.
Right.
Back to the drawing board.
It's good to lose sometimes. I know that sounds odd, but it is, because it lets you know what your weaknesses are.
Have your media pass
And-
get on the field.
2 days late, you're right. Templars haven't lost either, so let's not forget them.
In fact, R.I.P. TJ, a
Yep.
great friend of ours.
Great friend to a lot of people. Great guy.
Absolutely.
30 seconds.
He stayed with us at World Cup a few years back.
Had a blast.
Had a blast, man.
20 seconds.
Yeah, he would tell me about the 5-on-1. Bakes too. If that's you, Mike Baker, we love you,
10
buddy.
seconds.
All right, everybody, that brings us to the end of our first round. We're going to take a short 5 minutes of my
A-team on the left, Veteran or Hood on the right.
Hood successfully making it to the snake off the break.
And A-team is going to lose their Dorito brick player on the break. That's something you just don't want to see. Your back player's dying on the break.
That's gonna make life harder.
Much love, Bakes.
Hood's got your boy in the back center brick. As long as he's alive, there's a chance. And now it's a 4-on-4.
A-team playing this one slow right now.
Hood tried to get out to the snake corner and then got eliminated. 4-on-3, but Hood counters all the way to the 40 tall cake on the Dorito side.
A-team now getting into the snake.
Question is, can this Hood player in the 40 tall cake make something happen? As his team's down a body, and looks like he got a shot on the snake.
Oh, I believe he. Oh, and he does shoot the snake player.
Now we're down to a 3-on-3, and all of a sudden, Hood's got the better field position. You'd like to see this player on Hood in the back center get wide.
The Hood player now goes to.
I think he got bounced though.
A-team's 40 tower.
Oh, but A-team's about to drop the hammer. Yep.
Great
What a
move by
great
the
counter.
A-team player.
I believe now it's a 1-on-3.
Yes.
This is where you want to hear A-team communicating a little more. There you go. You just need to roll your gun on this guy in the snake corner and end him. Yep. There you go.
And A-team's gonna pull this out. Now, although A-team did win this game, I definitely would like to point out, when Hood gets up to the 40 brick and he looks inside, he shoots A-team snake player. The A-team snake player was the widest. Hood did not have a snake corner.
Correct.
Why is he still in the snake one?
Correct.
Crawl all the way down, get to their side, and this game would have been over 30 seconds ago.
That's right. That's absolutely
But instead,
right.
he gets shot out.
Especially, he had another player behind him as well. I mean, when you have dominance on a side, capitalize on it. Don't let it linger.
That is something a lot of teams will do, and more experienced teams. Even though you may win the point, you're going to communicate with your team off the field. All right, how did you get shot? What happened?
Right.
What was stopping you?
Right.
Who was shooting at you? This and that.
You still want the W on the scorecard, but
Right. You're going to want to fine-tune your game as the tournament goes on.
absolutely. Here we got 302 destroyers coming out.
1 minute.
302 going up against BAMF
On the field,
NFG.
302 destroyers are home. BAMF NFG, you're away.
We have a BAMF player dancing right now. He's feeling it. You love to see it.
Okay, you're away. In the whole BAMF Devil's Cut and Globo Jib Purple Cobra.
He's two-stepping now.
Yes,
Hold
he
on.
is.
Let's switch this over and see the BAMF guy two-stepping. I don't know if y'all can see that. He's feeling himself right
Let's
now.
see if he can two-step himself to a win.
Yeah, how about you two-step yourself to that buzzard one time?
But no, we love watching BAM. They're all
Yeah.
great
30
guys.
seconds.
Entertaining team to watch.
Absolutely.
They just gotta survive the break, man. Just gotta survive the break.
Once again, a huge shout out to the refs out here in this heat.
And huge shout out to NR Paintball.
10 seconds.
Huge shout out to John Atkins and NR Paintball.
If I'm a paintball player in the DMV area, this is my must-go-to tournament of the year.
Absolutely. Baker, if you're still watching, get Brawl out here and let's set up a practice.
Get the boys out. Let's
Get the
go.
boys out, man. Let's set up a practice. Both teams go up to the center brick. 302 looking snake side, the brick for BAMF looking Dorito side.
And we have a 5-on-5 off the break. That's what we like to see. Oh, and 302 Destroyers catches one to the head. Getting shot by the snake player in BAM. Great shot. So BAMF has snake one and the snake corner. They're going to want to capitalize on this and start getting down this snake side. BAMF player gets eliminated trying to move up, but 302 drops two guys simultaneously.
2 players left alive for 302. The Dorito insert in the snake corner. BAMF in the snake corner and the snake.
And they still have the center brick.
And they're on the little Dorito on the Dorito side.
So obviously we're giving the advantage to BAMF right now. But BAMF drops the center player.
We have a 3-on-2 now.
302. Now, we've seen them fight in these low body positions, so let's see if they can get one more shot on somebody. All it takes is one ball to change the game.
Oh, and Banff loses their snake player.
Just like that, 2-on-2. Now you gotta wonder, because we can't hear it right. It's 302 communicating with each other, and they're aware that it's now a 2-on-2. But Banff is pushing all the way to the 40 tall cake, and the 302 player dodges the shot and shoots the Banff player, and all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1 in 302's favor.
This could be a huge win for 302 right now if they could pull off this 4-on-2.
And that was a huge player by the 302, huge play by the 302 player. Dodged the shot and then shot the guy.
Both teams now on the snake. It is a 2-on-1. If I was the Banff player, I would have stayed in the snake corner.
Yeah, I'd like to get one more kill before I start going. 302's looking to end the game right now. Oh, smart play.
And they're going to trade out, and it's going to leave
That's what you want to do.
302 player alive to hang that buzzer.
That's what you want to do.
Looks like we won't see any two-stepping to a buzzer at this point,
Nope.
Kenny.
And you know, the last game we watched 302, I think it was a 4-on-2, and they lost, but they brought it down to something. So it's cool to see 302 fighting strong when they're down bodies. And as players, I love being down bodies
And pulling it off?
fighting it off.
Absolutely.
It's way better than just beating a team 5 up alive. I mean, that's easier. But it's definitely a big momentum shift if you can win down body.
If you can pull off a 2-on-4 or in an X-ball point, you know, you start with 3 or 4 and you win that point, it gives you momentum, it gives you confidence.
Absolutely.
It's a great feeling.
Absolutely.
Point approved.
302 is looking good. Up next, we're going to have Baltimore Revo on the left and FBK on the right.
1 minute.
Oh, and we got Liam out there for FPK.
Liam Walker,
All black.
old DC Devastation player. He's taking a huge break. I was surprised to see him out here, actually. It's good to see him out here.
That's cool.
McNuggets.
See, if you're a guy that's played or a girl that's played in the past and you haven't played in a while, come out and jump on a team. There's plenty of teams here. And if you need a team, hit us up. We'll help you find a team.
30 seconds.
Feel free to call John Atkins, and we will set you and your team up with a practice. Beautiful place. Probably the best paintball field you'll ever play at, especially on the East
20
Coast.
seconds.
710 somewhere. What's up, Biggs? Glad you're watching. Hope you're enjoying it.
If you guys would,
Does Revo have 5 players on the bus?
Yep.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Looks like Liam's going out to the snake side.
Game on.
Revo making it to the snake on the break.
FBK in the center brick, gonna try to stop the snake move. Revo counters, matching him in the center brick. 5-on-5. FBK drops a player in the back Dorito bunker. Revo player now getting the snake 3. The center player better watch his face. Up. Center player has now identified the Revo player in snake 3.
Revo with the advantage right now on the snake 3. Communicating with his team right now.
Revo's got a good spread across the field between the Dorito can, the center brick, and the snake 3. FBK's gonna need to get one.
And that's a great shot by the snake player for Revo to kill the snake player for FBK.
center brick player is about to have a unpleasant surprise. And here it comes. That's 4 in the back. Yep.
It looks like Revo's gonna pull this out. That is one thing you don't want to be in, Kenny, when you are the last guy alive in the center brick. And there's Charlie everywhere. You just gotta
You just gotta hope you're looking the right way and you
When
can
he
at least
comes.
shoot the guy that shoots you
Yeah.
versus catching it into your exposed back.
that-
And pray that the guy that's bunkering you in the back's in a good mood and is not gonna unleash.
Right.
You know, it give you a 2 or 3 instead of 4 or 5.
Next up, we're gonna have the one and only Banff Devil's Cut, and they're gonna be playing against the Purple Cobras, who right now are undefeated. If Banff can get this win, it'll be a huge win for them.
1 minute.
Shout out to our sponsors and everyone who's watching.
Yep.
Devil's Cut, you are home. Robo Jet, Purple Cobras, you are away.
Now here we have a
Big Nuggets, you are away.
potential Arsenal loadout winner here
Rude Boys and Band Savages.
with the Globo Gym center player in the red jersey.
He's been playing great up there.
Yes, he has.
That's what we're looking for, if anyone's wondering how you're gonna win this Arsenal care package. Be solid,
We need to see you stand out.
get a bunch
little
of
bit.
kills, make an impression out here, stand out.
Have a little style while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
Now, I would have expected somebody from Banff Savages or Devil's Cut to be one of the prime candidates, but they're having a little bit of a rough day today. Let's see if they can right the ship.
Ten seconds. Game on.
Globo Gym pushing to the center tower.
And they did looking snake side.
Yep, Globo Gym lost their snake corner player. 5-on-4 in Banff's favor. Globo Gym drops a second player, but they also kill a snake player for Banff. So you're at 4-on-3 in Banff's favor. But Globo Gym still got their center player. Joe on Globo Gym in the back center can, holding it down, rolling the gun, talking.
Banff now in the snake.
Absolutely, that's a good move. Globo Gym crawling to the center brick now. Try to get a different look.
Crover's making a great fill out to the snake corner. Oh, and he's gonna shoot the Banff player in the
What a
pack.
shot. What a shot.
He's now gonna wrap on the brick player and shoot him in the loader.
Phenomenal play by Joe getting out to the corner. He's gotten 2 kills off that move. Globo Gym communicating, identifying the bodies.
He's now gonna shoot the little Dorito player on Banff. Three on one right now in favor of the Purple Cobras.
Banff tries to make a move out wide. Gotta respect it. Pushing. You gotta like the push, but it's hard pushing to the smallest bunker on the field, or one of them.
in great play by Joe McNichols for the Purple Cobras. That is something that you love to see from your team. 1 point, one player might have a great point. The next point, another player might have a great point. It's just good team paintball,
Absolutely.
and when everyone's rolling, that's what helps you win a tournament.
You don't have to rely on one single guy to help you with each game.
Right.
I mean, you got a good team effort spread across. Because paintball is definitely a team sport, but sometimes it takes a team to win a tournament, but an individual can win 1 point for you. You know, I mean, that's what it really is. And right there, it was Joe with a great move out to the snake corner.
Point approved.
Shoots the snake guy in the pack, shoots the brick player,
Those
shoots
were
the little Dorito player.
and then advances up to the snake.
Yep.
Good heads up play. But we know Joe. Joe knows how to play paintball,
Yeah.
so it's not surprising to see him do that.
1 minute.
A couple more of those, and he might win himself an Arsenal care
it's,
package.
you know, that's not who I was gonna guess, but it very well could be.
Up next, we have Mayhem on the left, McNuggets on the right, and it looks like McNuggets might put 5 on the box this next point.
On the field, Mayhem home, McNuggets away. Rude Boys, you're home. Bam Savages away.
I'll tell you what, when you got $4,000 on the line,
30 seconds.
And Roughnecks, you're in the hole.
don't be late on the start
Don't be
box.
late on the box.
OG Chokehold and Nasty Templars. You're after them. To round off.
Also, I was just informed after the first round, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a moment of silence for the legend Tim Montressor.
Absolutely.
You know, huge respect, and I think that's a great idea from John Atkins.
Yeah.
Game on.
McNuggets with a kill on the break from the snake side. Oh, but they lose a player as well. Actually, Mayhem loses both snake players. Great landing by McNuggets on the break.
Mayhem drop another player, so all of a sudden it's a 4-on-2.
And in the first 10 seconds, we have a 4-on-2, Kenny. McNuggets with some great landing on the break. Mayhem, all they have left is the snake can and the snake brick. They're gonna cross it up. Hope for the best here.
You just need to plunk some people out if you're gonna have a chance. But we don't really see McNuggets trying to end the game, do we? They seem content where they are right now, just rolling the guns.
I don't believe they know it's kill 3 right
Yeah, happened pretty quick. And they let Mayhem get out to the corner. Negative. He got eliminated trying to make the move.
now. So we now have a 4-on-1 in favor of the McNuggets.
And this player's in probably one of the worst bunkers you could be in for a 4-on-1 for Mayhem. On your knees
Absolutely.
low. Oh, this guy's done. And he still traded.
Oh,
And
and the
a few
McNuggets
extra.
player give Mayhem a few extra in the back. McNuggets look good right there.
Yeah, they do.
If they can keep up that landing on the break, they have a good chance of winning this tournament.
Paintball becomes extremely easy if you're playing games 4-on-2 in the first 10 seconds.
Oh, this is going to be a good one up next.
Base.
What are we working with?
We got defending champs Rude Boys, who lost last game,
Ooh, yes, they did.
and guess who they're going up against?
Point approved.
No, Bam Savages.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's about to be some smoke out here. Get your popcorn, open up a beer nasty, because there's about to be some smoke. Keep in mind, Rude Boys did lose their last point.
They did.
So, how are they going to respond on that? They going to come back firing and ready to go,
1 minute.
or are they going to have their head down?
On the
It's up
field,
between
Rude
the legs.
Boys,
It's all
you're
mental.
home. Bam Savages, you are away. Annapolis 18-2, you are home. Roughnecks, you are away. And to finish round 1, OG Chokehold, you are home.
The BAMF organization has been struggling on this layout, that's for
Yeah.
sure, but I will never count them out
Nope.
against anyone. You put Impact or Dynasty on the other side, wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Savages is going to come out and do something.
30 seconds.
Beautiful day for the NRPL Series, man.
Absolutely.
Severn, Maryland, NR Paintball. Owner John Atkins, upgrading.
20 seconds.
The last tournament was phenomenal, and he's found a way to make this one even better.
Yep.
Schedule's flowing smooth. Refs are keeping the players in order.
10 seconds.
Sun is shining.
The weather is sweet.
If you're not here, come to the next one. You're missing out.
Game on.
Rude boys going snake off break.
We have a 5-on-5 game right now.
Savages counter with the center
And
brick.
Rude Boys lose 2 on the break.
And they drop Trent, one of their solid back players.
But Banff loses a player as well. We have a 4-on-3 right now in favor of Banff Savages. However, Rude Boys are in the snake, Kenny. Oh, and Banff loses their snake corner player. We have a 3-on-3 game.
Right now, it's up to this Savages player in the center brick to control this snake side. And he's just giving the snake side up. He better come back. There you go. Savages player, like we expect to see, is going from the from the Dorito to the can.
Oh, and the snake
That's what he needed to do. Like we said, he needed to control this side to give his team a chance, and he did it.
Rude Boys have the snake corner and the Dorito insert left. It is a 2-on-3 in favor of Banff.
Savages player needs to stay the snake side to control this lane. Trust his teammates to do the work on the other side.
It's a great move by Rude Boys to get out to the Dorito corner to control the tape. Good communication from Rude Boys right now.
Savages player just missed the Dorito side player. The center brick player looking to get a shot on the snake side, and I think he just did. Wow.
The
Great shot by the center player on Savages.
The brick player on Savages putting the gang on his back right now, eliminating the whole snake side.
And you can see the way he's rapping. He knows it's just a matter of time before he shoots this corner player.
We have a 3-on-1 now in favor of the Savages. Oh, and the
Just
center
like that.
player gets a great kill on Rude
That's
Boys.
a 3-pack for the center player.
Yep.
That's the Savages we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And they just beat Rude Boys.
Yeah. Can't win a game all morning. They come out here and beat the defending champs.
Beat the
That's
champs.
paintball.
And that's two losses in a row for Rude Boys. Everybody's good and happy when you're winning. How do you maintain your composure when you're losing?
Absolutely.
Savages turning it around, but I mean, I got to give that credit to the center player on Savages right there.
1 minute.
We will get everyone's name and jersey numbers here soon so we can give some shout outs to the people playing. You know, we're learning as we go, guys. So we will definitely get that, especially for the quarterfinals, semifinals.
Is number 28 on Savages.
Number 28. We'll get his name and let
Holding it
you
down.
guys know.
Up first for round 2.
It's a great play, and that's what you need.
Holding it down. And
This center's crucial on this field.
absolutely.
30 seconds.
Now this is going to be a good one too.
We have A-Team on the left and Roughnecks on the right. Yeah, this will definitely be a good one.
20 seconds.
I feel like Roughnecks tend to play a little aggressive, and A-Team tends to play a little more conservatively and roll the guns and identify bodies and try
10
to
seconds.
teamwork. So two varying styles clashing here at the NRPL. Let's see what happens.
Game on.
Oh,
Roughnecks losing their center player on the break. But A-Team loses their snake corner on the break.
Roughnecks do have a body in the center of the field as well at the tall cake.
And it looks like right now it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Annapolis A-Team.
This Roughnecks player is going to have to do everything he can to stop this snake side from attacking for A-Team.
Absolutely.
And you can tell that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's focused that way. Gun up while he's loading. Experienced player right there.
Oh, and as soon as the center player for Roughnecks looks to the Dorito side, the 18 player on the
He's
snake
already on
gets
it.
in the snake.
And look, the Roughnecks player is already back on it, but all it takes is that 1 second to drop in the
But
lane.
Roughnecks make a great move to the snake corner, and the 18 player does not know.
Time for him to come wide, and 18 drops the back center player.
If this Roughnecks player looks down the wire on the snake side, he will get a kill on the snake player.
But he stayed inside the whole time. You can see he's looking now. Oh, and he missed the shot.
So we have a 3-on-3 right now.
Oh, Roughnecks make a good move to the center brick. 18 player unaware, and now he knows. Now all of a sudden the 18 player was feeling good. Now he's on his stomach saying, I got 2 guys looking at me. He's gonna try to back up and create a little bit of a different angle. Oh, and that was an unsuccessful attempt.
Great play by the center player for Roughnecks.
He dropped that lane, but he redeemed himself, shooting the guy out later on.
So the snake side is now clear for Roughnecks to come down this way, which they will now.
And 18 makes a counter to the tall cake. This is an interesting situation. And 18 eliminates the Roughnecks player.
Great back and forth game right now between these two teams.
Roughnecks pushing to their side of the snake.
And A team holding it down is going to be able to pull this one out.
That was a very, very interesting point. At one point it looked like 18 had it, then it looked like Roughnecks had it, and then 18 came back and got it. But if I'm Roughnecks and I'm going back to the pit, I'm talking to myself and I'm saying, guys, we had a side of the field completely blown open. What just happened?
Point to crew.
And it's because they didn't work as a team to close that game. They made individual moves.
A team's looking good right now, Katie.
Team's looking good.
This should be a good one next. We have OG Chokehold on the left.
Last match of the
Against
first
Nasty
round.
Templars.
OG Chokehold, Nasty Templars.
This is the
5-minute break. OG Chokehold. You will be up next with 302 Destroyers, and then the whole Advanced Savages and Veteran Militia.
this is going to be the last game of the first round. OG Chokehold on the left, Nasty Templars on the right. Both of these teams have been looking good,
Oh, yeah.
so this can go either way,
Oh,
guys.
30 seconds.
Entertaining day at the NRPL here at NR Paintball. Hope you guys are enjoying the webcast. Any questions, ask away. If you don't know what you're watching, or your first time watching a paintball tournament, please ask a question. No such thing as a dumb one.
And like we said earlier, after this, there will be a moment in silence for Tim Montressor. We'll take a 5-minute break.
Game on.
Chokehold player getting shot in the head, going to the center brick. He needs to find a different way to get there. He's gotten shot twice doing that now.
Yep.
And something we don't normally see, Templars doubling the back center W. Or the back center brick on the Dorito side.
It's a bold strategy, Kenny. Let's see how it works out for
See
him.
how it works out.
4-on-5 game right now in favor of the Templars.
Templars filling the center cake. Chokehold got a good spread across the back line, but they're going to need to get into the game a little more.
This insert player on the Dorito side reminds me of Baker.
Yeah, he does look like Baker. I agree.
Chokehold now getting into the snake.
And then it quickly eliminated. Yeah, this chokehold player kind of resembles a good friend of ours, Mike Baker, who's a
Plays on Brawl semi-pro team.
top-level semi-pro player for
Absolutely,
sure. Played pro for a long, long time.
An original Revo player.
This guy's going to need to summon the spirit of Mike Baker if he wants to get a win for his team right here.
Richie now going up to the little Dorito for Chokehold.
This back center player for Chokehold's going to have to stay alive to give his chance a team, to give his team a chance to win.
Right now, the Templars definitely taking their time here,
Yeah.
filling this game out, not playing sloppy.
Talking it up, kill 2 at least. This player on chokehold in the back center, it's called being on an island. And as long as you're alive, the other team oh, and he's making a big move to the corner. Huge move.
And a great move.
Great thing for him, horrible thing for Templars. You can't let a guy make a move that big.
And
when you're up
Templars
bodies.
still have 5 bodies. 5 on 3.
Yeah.
But chokehold's still pushing the issue on the Dorito side.
Wouldn't surprise us at all to see Richie up there in the can. Oh, but his support player gets eliminated. And he got the shot on the center brick.
Great shot by Richie, and now he moves up to the 40 Dorito.
Richie's having himself a tournament so far today.
4 on 2 in favor of the Templars.
Oh, but he got
gets
caught.
taken out.
Got caught trying to get sneaky.
Streamer luck.
Chokehold player looking to get a little loose on the back corner player. 3, 2, 1, hello.
Got him. And the Templars guys are looking really good so far this morning for the first round. They've closed this out. And that is going to be the end of the first round.
Templars clearing the field. Got to give credit to Chokehold though, pushing. I like to see these teams that are down bodies and still pushing. It makes for fun paintball to watch and giving yourself a chance to turn the tide.
They said we're going to take a small, do the whole silence.
Point of crew.
Great.
Can you let me
In
know
the
when?
beginning of the second round, you're going to have
So real quick, I'm sorry we had it on mute there. We're about to take a 40-second break in honor of Tim Montressor, who recently passed away due to COVID complications.
So, a lot of us grew up in paintball, but a lot of us have spent a lot of time watching the pros play. Just recently, we lost a great friend to many people and a true friend to the sport, Tim Montressor. We're going to take a moment in silence right now to honor his memory and everything he's done for paintball. And without him, we couldn't be standing here today. Thank you, everyone. That was 1 minute. For everyone everything in his power to make sure that it got better for everyone involved. So every time you come out to play paintball, take a second and thank Tim Montressor for
We're going to take a small break, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed the webcast so far. If you got any feedback for us, let us know. We can improve, let us know.
We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
Peace.